Video, we're gonna install the harness we built previously onto the sheet from the table that we just built. So we have one hole for the joystick, two holes for the A/B buttons, and 2 or 3 buttons whether you want to have menu, restart, replay. So let's get started. So what you're gonna do, and it's very useful, just keep your bin here on the left and then flip this around, and then you can start working from the back. Now you're gonna want to install these buttons. The way you remove a button is you twist a bit the front, just like that, and then you flip it out and it just goes out super easily. Then you put the back first on the short leg and put it back on. All right, so we're gonna take this out. We're gonna remove this black piece here, and then we're gonna insert the button from the other side. There we go. Make sure you got the short end facing towards the center, because that's where the cables are going out, and it makes things easier. Otherwise, go ahead and squeeze it as much as you want. Now again, you take the cables towards the center and you use first engage the bottom, and then you squeeze it in and it just pops in easily. Now we're gonna try to keep our cables untangled. We're gonna add button B, and it doesn't matter which button you pick because eventually we will reconfigure that later on. So you can take any of the buttons, put them in the A and B location. I'm gonna undo these. Let's go. Screw it in. Secure it. A little bit of wood gets into the thread and it gets harder. But with a bit of patience. All right. And these two, there we go. Now to avoid having all the cables running through, what we're gonna do is we're gonna secure the breadboard, and this is not needed, onto the sheet. If you take the breadboard on the other side, you will see there is a double-sided tape. It's very handy, because now this means we can go in and put it. Now you kind of want to be in the center of the 3. The length doesn't matter because you'll have to put extensions anymore. Press hard, and then you've got your breadboard firmly attached. It will make your life much easier down the road when you want to work with this panel. Now we need to attach those 3 buttons and then the joystick. All right, so let's do the buttons. One, put it in. And I put this one, yep, 2, 2, that's number 2. Put this little clicker back in, and number 3. Number 3. There we go. So we have our buttons, and now we have to do the joystick. Now, one thing I didn't do is I only pre-drilled little holes, and depending on the width of your nuts and your bolts, this might not go through easily. So I have a 3 1/16 inch drill bit here, and I'm just gonna go through once, kind of open up things, make my life easier. All right, so I go from the outside. I'm gonna go and put those in. Now if they fall off, one thing you can do is you can take a little bit of tape and flip this over. Go ahead and put your screws in. Put a little bit of masking tape to keep them from falling off when you're gonna flip it over. Alright, now that we have them back, go back here and then engage your joystick. Again, order doesn't matter. We're gonna reconfigure how these buttons are supposed to work, so you could put it like that, you could put it like that. I'm gonna keep the cables away from the sides. Now put your bolts or whatever you're using to secure them. You're also going to want to probably use a tool to secure them completely, which I will skip in this video. So we're going to want to three, come on, number 3. There we go. 3 and 4. And that will be our video about installing the player, the wire harness, and the menu harness onto the table. This one doesn't want to go in, so if I flip it over, see now that I've got my nice joystick here. Got my joystick here, 2 buttons, 3 menu buttons, and also this is, I'm going to want to center it before I completely secure it. This is very easy to work with because I can move it out and take it out and service it from the tape.